Assalamualaikum and hi to all respected examiners and beloved audience. In this video, I'm going to demo a system floor of Port Terminal Information System PTIS. Before that, my name is Nuruna Jiha binti Zainuddin and this project was supervised by Encik Hairudin bin Abdul Majid. We now proceed to system demo. I will show you how my system is working. So this is the portal where user get the information related to Berhad. There are some information that can user get about the Johor port. Next is online registration. New user must register to get the username and password. So there are company details and user details. Previously, this registration process was done manually by submitting a form paper to Johor. In this form, system details are important to allow user view on the documentation detail. For example, JSTL have different documentation view compared to other system. PTIS also allowed user to select multiple user type in one username. Next, admin is responsible to approve the request. Okay, let's say we log in as admin. So this is the home page for admin. As we can see here, admin can manage the bulletin board that will appear on the main page portal. Next, we will see admin approve the user request. After the request has been approved, user will receive email notification. As we can see, in this part, I'm using xampp protocol, which is I'm connect the system with the Gmail. Admin also can manage user, either update the details or delete. So we can see user updated, and let's say we delete, so the user will be terminated from the system. Admin also can manage vessel particular. They can update the details or delete. User also can manage the vessel schedule. They can update the details or delete. In this system, admin responsible to manage few information. But for the container delivery order, and also pre-get out and pre-get in details. Admin can only view without modified the information. So this is the homepage for shipping agent. I provide a user manual to guide the user on how to use the system. This is an improvement after I conduct this testing because the user seems confused with the flow of the system. So I prepared the user manual to guide the user. For a new user, they must create a vessel particular to register the vessel information at Johor Port Berhad and get the vessel ID. Vessel ID is important in order to complete the other information. So this is the data that required by Johor Port and user must submit all the details stated here. As you can see, there are lots of informations and attributes. After submit the vessel particular, user can search for their vessel ID. However, they can only view the information without edit. After we submit the vessel particular, user must submit vessel schedule to fill in the journey's information and get the JPVC number. Without vessel ID, user cannot submit vessel schedule. So after we get the vessel ID, we can redirect to the vessel schedule form. So this is the data. As you can see, inside the form, JPVC number is auto-generated. User must fill in outbound voyage to get the JPVC number. So 20 is the current year, and this is the vessel ID, and this is the outbound voyage. Vessel schedule must be submitted at least 7 days before. So in this form, ETA is the estimation time arrival. So the date can only chosen after 7 days from today. So for the ATA actual time arrival, they cannot submit for now. So all of these are the data that I got from the job. Okay, after we submit the vessel schedule, we already got the JPVC number. So with JPVC number that we retrieve, we can do any transaction. Okay, let's say we start with import transaction. So as I mentioned before, user must get the JPVC number to get access to the import transactions document. So we retrieve the JPVC number, and the page will redirect to the forms that related to import transaction. As we can see, all of these are the form related. So first, shipping agent must update the vessel schedule. Then we fill in all the ATA, actual time arrival, and all date that they arrive during the time. Okay, let's say the vessel already arrived at the Johor port, and so they can fill in the form. Okay, next, stowage pay plan. Okay, user must create a stowage pay plan. So this is the information of container inside the ship. So we call the size inside the ship as a bay. So this is all the information that required by Johor port. This is I have implemented validation, which is if user enter the wrong JPVC number, they can't submit the form. They can only enter the valid information JPVC number. Okay, let's say we have fill in all the forms and we want to submit the forms, and then we will code the JPVC numbers and container numbers. So from the container numbers, we can submit the container delivery order. So at first let's check whether the data is there or not. Okay, so it was there and submission is successful, and then they can proceed to container delivery order. So container delivery order is the information of container and the size of container itself. So they must get the data about the container. Okay, let's say user already submit the container delivery orders and they got the BL number. So from BL number, user can submit BLK4 and manifest K4. So user can retrieve the JPVC number or they can fill in manually. In this form, job number is a unique ID. So the BLK4 and manifest K4 is custom informations to allow the goods enter the Japan. So this is the data that related to the custom information. Okay, let's say we have submit the BL-K4, then we will proceed to submit the BL at the manifest. Let's say we already complete the BL-K4, then we proceed to manifest K4. So manifest K4 is related to BL-K4, which is user can't submit the manifest if they did not complete the BL-K4. Okay, this is the this is the BL list. Let's say a user want to add some information about the BL in the manifest database, so they can select the BL information. It can be multiple select. Okay, last but not least, user must submit marine request before enter the Johor port. This form is to request for pilot submarine. Okay, with the JPPC number that user have, they can enter all the information here, and also marine request must be submit 2 days before. So that request have a validation that user can't submit at that time or 2 days after. So all this information can be kept from the user manual. So let's say user submit the marine request and the import transaction for container has been done successfully. Okay, now we proceed to export. Okay, now we proceed to export transaction. The process is actually quite similar with import transaction. The only difference is the type of document involved. So in import transaction, user must create export booking. So export booking is the informations of the container. Okay, let's say we still don't have any data for that JPPC number, so we can submit. This is to assign the forwarder that will responsible in this system, in this process transaction. Okay, now we submit the export booking. Okay, so the submission was successful, and then we can proceed to BLK5. BLK5 is a export document type. Okay, now we proceed to manifest K5. And finally, marine request. The only difference between this document is that they written different type of document, which is K4 for import and K5 for export transition. Okay, so shipping agent have complete all the transactions, so user can update the information. And next, we will log in as forwarding agent. Forwarding agent has a different view within the shipping agent. So this is the job list. There are lists of tasks that were assigned by shipping agent. This data was passed using a BL number. K4 is import and K5 is export. For the import transaction, FS must submit delivery request. So this part will send the BL number and JPBC number to get picked up. So let's say I don't have the information, so forwarding agent must submit the details. So container delivery orders is the informations about the containers before the user can assign the forwarder that is possible to bring the container from yacht to yacht. So the submission was successfully. So there is no JPBC display because the transaction is complete, and also after done, the job list will be removed, and then we proceed to export transaction. FA must submit the pre-advice. So this is where the system will send the BL number and JPBC number to get picked in. So this is the container information and also the traffic details. Okay, let's recheck the data. Okay, so the data successfully saved. So now only one task left. So this is document submission checklist. We can check by date or month or document type to check the progress. And also this is the user manual for forwarding agent. Okay, we're done with forwarding agent. So next we proceed to user type haulier. Similar to forwarding agent, haulier can view job lists. So these lists are lists of tasks that were assigned by forwarding agent. So haulier can choose which. So this data passed using BL number divided into two parts, discharge and loading. For import transaction, haulier must submit pre-get out to assign driver for truck. So we have completed the import task. Then we can proceed to the export task. It just seems like import transaction. However, for the export transaction, they provide different document type which is pre-get in. So because they complete the information, so GPPC number will not appear at the predicate or predicate editors, it only appears on document checklist. So we have complete the all job lists assigned by other users, and this is the user manual for a clear transition, clear instructions. And now we're done with all users involved in the system. So if you have any inquiries, you can ask during online Viva presentation. And so you can click at the link given below to view the PTIS. Thank you for watching.